Right, it's 9:18. We're headed down into the cellar where the doors just opened on its own. Give us a sign that you want to communicate with us. Nothing.
What are you guys?
Well, we've been called ghost hunters, paranormal researchers.
But we prefer to be known simply as Ed and Lorraine Warren.
There's someone here that would like to talk to you.
There's something horrible happening in my house.
It's November 1st, 1971. I'm sitting here with Carolyn Perrin, who, with her family, has been experiencing supernatural occurrences. You picking up anything in here, hon?
Something awful happened here, Ed.
What is it? Whatever Lorraine sees, feels, touches, it takes a toll on her. A little piece each time.
You have a lot of spirits in here, but there's one that I'm most worried about because it is so hateful. Look what she made me do. We have to get out of here.
That's not gonna help.
This thing has latched itself to your family.
Father, we never seen nothing like this.
I'm coming with you.
No way. I can't lose you.
There's a lady in a dirty nightgown that I see in my dreams. She's standing in front of my mom's bed. Do you want to see him?
Yeah?
When the music stops, you see him in the mirror standing behind you.
Look what she made me do.
Fans Not Experts Movie Month. It's my 6th year doing Movie Month. 30 movies, 30 days, 30 podcasts that you get to listen to. Fans Not Experts Movie Month. It's my 6th year doing Movie Month. 30 movies, 30 days, 30 podcasts that you get to listen to, including this one right here. But wait, one more time. Fans Not Experts Movie Month. It's my 6th year doing Movie Month. 30 movies, 30 days, 30 podcasts that you have the pleasure of listening to. An episode is about to start right now. An episode is about to start right now. The theme song is fading out because an episode is starting right now. It is a beautiful day. The birds are chirping. The sky is blue. And I just watched a movie in bright sunlight that made me shriek out loud at least twice. This was a fun one. I really enjoyed this movie. And again, it pains me that it took me this long to finally see The Conjuring. And the reason I wanted to finally see this is because this is another movie series. Like, this is a movie series that has taken off and become kind of a horror franchise phenomenon, making tons of money for little low-budget movies. We got The Conjuring, The Conjuring 2, Annabelle Creations, The Nun, and I think there's the new one, La Luna Lorga, was like a spin-off, so I might have to see that. First of all, I'm a sucker for a good haunted house and a haunted family and possession. That's always fun. This reminded me of the Netflix series House on Haunted Hill. Was that what it was? That just came out, last year. This was a little different. That was based kind of on a book. This apparently is based on true events. Ed and Lorraine Warren, I hope I got those names right, are true real-life people who investigate paranormal events. Now, whether they are honest or BS artists, well, that's up for debate. But they are real people. The movie opens with them investigating an event that happened at these young adults' house, who they have a doll named Annabelle that they let a spirit enter, and it was like that happened really quick. And basically these people took Annabelle back to their house and locked them in a room where they have all these paranormal things locked away that gets blessed every month. Now, the cool thing about this and the creepy thing about this is that Annabelle doll has become sort of a cultural horror franchise thing. Almost, like you see like Chucky or, like Jason's Mask. Now you see the Annabelle doll. Well, the thing is, my friends, is the Annabelle doll is a real thing. Now, if you go on Google, my dog is shitting. Taking out the poop bag because I am a responsible dog owner. If you go on Google and search real Annabelle doll, you're going to see this creepy doll in a case, much like the case you see in the movie where it says positively do not open. Now, the interesting thing is that the movie doll is much creepier. In real life, it's an actual Raggedy Ann doll. Now, I guess for Hollywood, A, you don't want to use a doll that's, like a trademarked actual product. And B, you want to make something that's your own. You want to make something that's a little scarier and creepier. But in reality, I'm going to just close up this poop bag so I don't get any fecal matter on my hands while podcasting. Okay, don't pee on this people's yard. Come on, let's go. The cool thing is, or the creepy thing is about the real doll, is that it looks so unassuming, so nice and friendly, like a children's toy. And yet, at least according to the warrants, that's a doll that's possessed. Very, very creepy. And I just love stories behind things, even though, believe it or not, whatever you have to say about it, the fact is there is a very real story behind what I just watched. But the Annabelle doll really had not much to do in this movie, which I wonder if all along it was set up for a sequel. There was, the moment where Annabelle was out of its case and scaring the crap out of the Warrens' child, but that came and went really quick. I'm assuming you saw this movie. This movie's 6 years old, and just like with Mission Impossible, it's almost impossible for me to show it. Just like with Mission Impossible, I'm excited to catch up on another series. Now, am I going to catch up on all of them this year? I don't know about that, but I started it, and I will continue it. We'll get at least one or two more probably this month, I'm guessing. While, of course, watching every Mission Impossible movie. But that was yesterday. The Conjuring. There is a family, I think they're in Rhode Island, with Ron Livingston and Lily Taylor as the parents. They have 5 daughters, I think, and they moved into a farmhouse. It's very old. They got it on auction. They didn't know anything about it. And pretty much right away, haunting things happen, like noises, drafts, sheets being pulled back. Lily Taylor starts having weird bruises. And it got to the point where she sought out this very well-known married couple, Ed and Lorraine Warren, who give lectures at colleges. And she sought them out at a college, basically went right up to them, cold call, and said, please, you got to help me, you got to help me. You got to come to my house, I'm scared for my daughters. And Ed and Lorraine Warren are Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, I believe is her name, which is interesting because her sister's the one in The Nun. That's true. What a connection. Now, I know Vera Farmiga, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but I fell in love with her from Bates Motel. And if you've never seen Bates Motel, my God, what an underrated show that is. The acting on that show is ridiculous. She is unbelievable. And Freddie Highmore, who plays Norman Bates, is unbelievable. That show is like a show that I would go back and rewatch completely all over again. That's how good it is. It's a show that I caught up on Netflix, and really, I think the last episode of the last season is the only one I saw live. I watched the whole thing, caught up, and she is awesome on that show. And she's great in this. She's just, something about the way she acts is very believable. It just, I don't know, just she delivers her lines, and you just feel and believe everything she's saying. And that to me is what makes an excellent actress. I think she was nominated for being Norma Bates. Definitely check that out if you have a chance. In this, she plays a paranormal investigator with her husband, but she is almost like a conduit. She has intuitions. She has I don't want to say powers, but she's almost like psychic a bit. So I guess she has some kind of powers. And they allude to a previous time. Now, I don't know how much of this is taken to true or how much of this was, movie-fied. Like, is that true with Lorraine Warren in real life? Was she considered someone who had intuitive, powers, I don't know. But in this movie she does, and sometimes when she works with people, or every time she works with people, it kind of takes a little bit away from her. And there was one big possession that they dealt with that really took a lot out of her. She didn't eat for days. She didn't leave her room for days. And Patrick Wilson is really protective of her, doesn't want her to be around for some of this stuff, but she never stops. She never stops helping these people. I like that they never blamed the people, like, why did you bring me into your house? And the family never blamed the Warrens, saying, what are you doing? Stop this. You're crazy. It was all just kind of like, you need help. We're going to help you. And they were like, we need help. You're helping us. Thank you. I want to read more about this whole thing. I wonder if, possession and, what people think are hauntings are, what was unexplained in the past is mental health. Or, if these people are BSing, or there's a demon possessing you. I mean, I guess those are the three options, right? It's very fascinating to me that there's something true about this. And I definitely want to look up more about them. Of course, this movie's 6 years old, and I'm just getting to it now. So it's new to me, damn it. What else to say? I mean, they start looking up the history of the house, and they get a team together to set up. Nowadays, you see, we have these infrared night scanners. No, this was old-fashioned. This was in the 70s. They had cameras set up with tripwires. They had a black light that could just, randomly see things. And they basically had high-powered microphones. That was it. And they got better pictures than you see on those ghost hunters. Oh, look, there's a dot in the corner. That's a ghost. Whatever. They get a team together. They come back to the house. They find history of a witch from the Salem witch trials. It was I lost a little bit of the details. So there was a witch in the Salem witch trials. The witch either made a woman kill her kid, and then she hung herself. I think that was the gist of it. So there was a lot of moida going on in the house. Not the kind of house you would want to purchase. But now you know why it was up for auction, and why they probably got it at such a great price. The tough thing is Ron Livingston is a truck driver, so he is away from his family for days, maybe a week at a time. Buddy, you can't just walk up the middle of the road. You got to choose a side. This is going to be a short one, I feel like. I'm out walking my dog. I think I talked a long time yesterday about Mission Impossible 2, probably because of how bad it was. With this one, it's straight to the point. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought James Wan did a nice job directing. You know him from Saw, originally. And he does these horror movies. I don't know if he directs any of them now. His big movie recently was Aquaman. Yes, the man who directed Saw and The Conjuring directed Aquaman, which you can find on Geek Mentality. I did a review. Not part of Movie Month. Sometimes I do podcasts. We're on the home stretch back to the house. Me, my dog, and a bag of crap. I definitely got scared. You know, they do a nice job. It's not a gory movie. It's not a very violent movie. There's very little blood. Nobody dies. The deaths happened hundreds of years ago. There's, you know, some people get hurt. Some people get possessed. Some people almost die, but they're saved. I thought they did some really good tricks of, you know, the same old thing where just ghosts walk by. But they did, you know, like again, this is 6 years ago. So to me, maybe it's been done before, but at one point a sheet flew off a clothesline and it like stopped around nothing. Almost like it was wrapped around a person, but there was no person there. I thought that was really cool. And, my dog I think he needs to be carried up the hill. You doing okay, bud? Oh, yeah, you're doing good. We're almost home. So, I look forward to seeing, you know, what the hell is the next thing. So, the next movie in the series is Annabelle. I don't think anybody's in that from this movie except Annabelle. Then we go back to The Conjuring 2, which I'm assuming Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, something like that, is back. Then we go back again to Annabelle Creation. Then we go over to The Nun. Then there's going to be a Conjuring 3 that isn't out yet, so I'm never going to be caught up on this. You good? He's still going? He's still going. We're going uphill now. It's sunny, but he's doing well. Yeah. This movie was fun. I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad, you know, because I wasn't sure about, like, I was like, okay, I mentioned to people at work, oh, yeah, I want to see the Conjuring movies. And I didn't go in today with a specific movie. I had a couple in mind, and I saw this was on Netflix. I said, oh, time to watch it. And I'm happy I did. I liked everything about this movie. I liked the actors. I liked the performances. I got a few scares. I was watching it. My wife was, ironing some clothes for her work, and she walked by the room, and I went, oh! Like, I literally had to jump. Not from her, but she just saw me react, and I was like, I'm sorry. 43-year-old man, well, almost 43, you know, with a laptop on his lap, broad daylight, gasping, screaming. Not my proudest moment, but I've had way worse, so. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I'm very happy I started this movie. Oh, good, the air conditioner's going. I'm very happy that I watched this movie. I love the true story aspect of it, no matter how really it was based on true stories, no matter how much of this happened. At least at the end, they showed this family. This was a real family, too. I thought maybe it was, you know, just an amalgamation or an amalgam or a made-up story starring these characters that are real. But no, as far as this is concerned, there is a real family. Now, in the movie, they filmed things and they took photos of things. I'm curious to see if there is any footage of these real people and these real things going on in their house, real ghosts or real just like creepy events. I'm curious to see if any of this exists. So I'm going to be looking that up. And really, other than that, I'm not sure I have anything else I can add. Except that I really like this movie. And I thank you guys for listening. We've got another week coming up here. This is my last week of work for the month. I'm working Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Take the train on Monday and Wednesday, so I'll be watching movies on the train. Thursday and Friday I'm off. The rest of the month I'm off. Watching movies. And my Movie Pass card arrived, so watch out. I'm going to be going back to the theater real soon to see some good movies. And maybe some not so good movies. But hey, when you can see them at this rate, we're already paid for, might as well go see them. But that's not going to stop me from seeing more Mission Impossible movies, more Conjuring movies, and a couple other movies that I have on my list that I am definitely going to get to. There's a Western I want to see. There is another sequel, reboot sort of thing I want to see. There's another horror movie that I have that I've never seen that I want to see. And it's very quiet. I'm not going to talk too much about it. But The Conjuring, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, just another one of those spooky new age horror movies, blah, 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 blah. But I've only heard good things about it, and I'm happy I saw it. And again, I can't say anything else. The performance is great. The story, simple, perfect. Demon possession, exorcism, family, scary, but paranormal investigators based on real people. That's the hook that really pulled me in. The fact that these are real people. No matter what you say about how it happened, what actually happened, and what is real and what was perceived as real and what was made up, I don't know. I don't care. All I know is these people are real. So for me, thumbs up. Now, I'm done. Go Bruins. If they don't win tonight, tomorrow's movie, you're going to hear a sad boy. I'm going to be a sad boy. But if they win tonight, it gives me hope. Hope for a future. Whew. But that has nothing to do with this. This is Movie Month. Fans Not Experts in Movie Month. Hashtag FNE Movie Month on Twitter and on Instagram. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Geek Mentality. I'd love to hear from you. I love getting follows and likes and replies. It's great. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Yeah, I got nothing else. I'm going to go make a taco dip now for the hockey game, and you are going to listen to my theme song. This is my podcast. I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe, 'cause I'm kind of funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kind of handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans Not Experts.